Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. Today, we're going to tackle a specific and often confusing error message you might encounter, especially if you work with time series databases. TSM file XXX size less than index offset XXX. Seeing this can be quite alarming, but don't worry. We're going to break down exactly what this message means, explore the common reasons why it happens, and most importantly, walk through the steps you can take to fix it. We'll use simple language to make sure everyone understands this technical issue. First, let's understand what a TSM file actually is. TSM stands for Time Series Merge. These files are fundamental components of many databases, particularly those designed to handle data that changes over time, like sensor readings, server metrics, or financial data. A popular example is InfluxDB, which heavily relies on TSM files to store your data efficiently. Each TSM file contains the actual data points you've stored, along with an index. This index is super important because it acts like a table of contents, allowing the database to quickly locate specific pieces of information within the file without having to scan the entire thing. It's how your database stays fast. Now, let's dive into the error message itself. TSM file XXX size less than index offset XXX. This error indicates a serious problem with one of your TSM files. The index offset refers to a specific byte position within the TSM file where the database expects its index to begin. It's a pointer to the start of that internal map. When the error says the file size is less than the index offset, it means the total size of the TSM file on your disk is actually smaller than where the database thinks the index should start. This is a critical inconsistency. It essentially tells the database that the file is either incomplete, truncated, or severely corrupted. The database cannot find its internal map, and therefore, it cannot properly read the data within that file. It's like having a book that ends before its table of contents even begins, utterly unusable. So, what causes such a critical corruption? There are several common culprits. One of the most frequent reasons is an abrupt system shutdown or a sudden power loss. If your server loses power while the database is actively writing to a TSM file, that file can be left in an inconsistent or incomplete state, leading to this error. Another significant cause can be underlying disk corruption. Issues with the hard drive itself, such as bad sectors, can prevent data from being written correctly or lead to parts of the file becoming unreadable. Sometimes, though less common, software bugs within the database itself could contribute to improper file handling, resulting in this kind of corruption. Lastly, improper shutdown procedures, like forcefully killing the database process instead of gracefully stopping the service, can also leave TSM files in a damaged state. Now for the crucial part. How do you fix it? The approach usually involves data recovery and, ideally, restoration from a good backup. 1. Stop the database service. The very first step is to immediately stop your database service. This prevents any further writes to the corrupted files and ensures you're working with a static state. 2. Backup your data directory. Before you do anything else, make a complete backup of your entire database data directory. Even if it's corrupted, having a copy is vital for safety. This is your insurance policy. 3. Identify the problematic file. The error message itself usually points you to the specific TSM file that's corrupted, the XXX in the error. Note down its full path and name. 4. Attempt repair or removal. Some databases offer tools to inspect or attempt to repair TSM files. For InfluxDB, influx_inspect tools can be useful. You might try to use commands like influx_inspect dumpsum to see if any valid data can be extracted, or influx_inspect deletetsum to safely remove the corrupted file. However, simply deleting the file means losing the data it contained. 5. Restore from backup. Recommended the most reliable solution is to restore your database from a recent, healthy backup. If you have a backup taken before the corruption occurred, replace your entire corrupted data directory with the contents of that backup. This ensures data integrity. 6. Restart and monitor. After restoring or attempting repairs, restart your database service. Carefully monitor the database logs for any new errors and check your data to ensure everything is functioning as expected. If you didn't have a backup and had to delete the corrupted file, be aware that you might have lost some data, and the database will need to rebuild or reindex. To prevent this error from happening again, prevention is key. Always ensure your database server has a reliable power supply, Ideally an uninterruptible power supply, UPS, to guard against sudden power outages. Implement a robust and regular backup strategy, and crucially, test your backups periodically to ensure they are restorable. Monitor your disk health using appropriate tools to catch potential hardware issues before they lead to data corruption. Finally, keep your database software updated, as developers often release patches that fix bugs and improve file handling robustness. So, there you have it, a comprehensive look at the TSM file size less than index offset error. It's a challenging issue, but by understanding its causes and following these steps, you can effectively resolve it and prevent future occurrences. Remember, regular backups are your absolute best friend in data management. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found this information helpful and clear. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more useful technical guides and tips. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.